Hello, I'm Mike Gordon, and welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Pokemon Gold and Silver for the Game Boy Color. And last time we cleared out Rocket HQ, which means we are about ready to take on the Mahogany Town Gym. But first, we want to make a couple detours. First up, we're going to talk to our mom. And we're actually going to save 500,000 gil at her place, so she can make the remaining purchases that we need off of trainer battles. Now, I did not battle these trainers in Lake of Rage in the previous episode because they weren't there in Lake of Rage. You actually have to clear out Rocket HQ before these trainers show up. There's 4 in total in the Lake of Rage, and 3 of them can be fought in this side of the lake. Silver is noticeably ahead of Gold, which makes sense because Silver needs to capture more Pokemon than Gold, which incidentally will result in Silver and Gold having the same amount of Pokemon as each other for the first time since, I don't know, when we crossed the ocean, since before the break, I guess? When we crossed the ocean and Gold caught a Mantine. Anyways, I'm just using Thunder Punch to ensure the one-shot. Incidentally, I'm not the biggest fan of Ampharos' moveset as it exists right now. I kinda wish he had something better. And this is the first purchase our mom's gonna make. And I believe this is... Okay, your mom will buy 3 super potions, a repel, and a moonstone and a hyper potion. She also will buy 4 different dolls for as part of the decorations. Oh, that's something I need to think about as well. I need to get all the decorations in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. That might not be possible though, because that will probably involve Mystery Gift. Oh, you don't know about Mystery Gift? That's a function we're not going to be putting into use. We're not going to use for quite a while because there is a battle in Gold and Silver. So this is the second of 4 dolls. And I want Feraligatr in the lead when we battle this female cool trainer. That guy's just a generic NPC. He was actually there when we first came down here. So I chose Feraligatr for this fight because Skiploom is quad weak to ice. And her next Pokemon is weak against water. It's Ninetales, yep, Ninetales. I actually already forgot what Pokemon they use, but I did look it up, so that's how I knew I'm gonna use Feraligatr. Because with Ice Punch and Surf, he could take care of both Pokemon easily. And our mom's calling again, she is gonna buy the last item for us, which is a Hyper Potion. And now we actually have to go down Route 43, surf west past this pond so we can cut down on the possible random encounters. Even Gold, Silver, Crystal, encounters in the water encounters are really low, even in Gold and Silver. And Gold just got to a random encounter themselves. Really, the only reason we are still using Meganium is because Meganium knows Cut. Sure, spots another trainer has to make a challenge. That is our destiny. Yeah, okay, sure. And we're just going. And Typhlosion battles this trainer, even though he uses the second stage evolutions of each of the starters. Because Typhlosion knows Flamethrower, he knows Thunder Punch, and he knows, Headbutt, and Dig. Honestly, at this point, we are probably going to end up phasing out the use of Dig other than as a field move, because Dig is a weak 2-turn attack. That, if it hits a weakness, barely deals more damage than Headbutt. And it's a 2-turn move. And this is the third of 4 dolls that she buys for us. Just one more phone number for Mom, and we will be done. Fortunately, this is the very last battle that she will call us for a little while. So wait, why did I not just... So, now I'm heading down to the lighthouse because I can. And by the way, you're probably wondering, I started the episode Mahogany Town, why did I just tackle the Mahogany Gym first? And you'd be completely right. And oh yeah, this is the 4th phone number that we need to get for the 3rd batch of trainers that we are going to rematch. We won't be able to rematch them in this episode because we need to pass yet another story trigger to make the second teams, all the second teams available. Turns out only one of the 4 trainers updates their team after the Rocket Hideout, and Sailor Huey isn't that one. The other 3 require another story event that we won't have time to cover in this episode. So, as you were saying, we started the episode Mahogany Town. Why not just take on Mahogany Gym first? The reason for this is to ensure that we're strong enough to take on the gym trainers at Mahogany Gym. The way I saw it, we probably weren't even strong enough to battle, to one-shot a lot of the Pokemon, so I hope this detour would have closed the gap, so to speak. Side note, I forgot to use the escape rope last time in Silver version, so I made it for it this time. And I'm deciding to sell all the items that we don't really need anymore, like the Paralyzed Heals, the berries, the antidotes. I'll still hold on to the Poison Cure berries, because they can come in handy. And all of the excess junk that we picked up at Rocket HQ. I will hold on to the protein, though, for duplication's sake, because we're not done with friendship evolutions. Anyways, we're battling Jasmine, the 6th gym leader, right now. And a bit of a trivia, she is the first gym leader in Pokemon history to not have any gym trainers. And even in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the gym trainers, they actually have it where the gym trainers all decide to stand down and let you challenge Jasmine straight up as a thank you for helping out with the lighthouse. So even in the remakes, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where many of the later gyms completely do away with gym trainers, actually reincorporated them, as well as gym puzzles, into said gyms. And yet they completely do away with all that, with Jasmine and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So that's kind of nice. So we're going to use Flame Wheel. And this is just an easy one-shot for a level 38 Typhlosion. And we get TM23, which is Iron Tail. An insanely powerful 120 base power steel type move with 70% accuracy. I might consider teaching that to Feraligatr someday, but I need to duplicate that TM first. I want to at least wait until I have enough TMs to go around to complete and max on them. Anyways, I'm actually going to battle the middle two trainers in Pryce's gym first with my Typhlosion, because neither of these Pokemon are part water type. Silver, however, is going to make some adjustments in our PC box, so our PC and item boxes aren't so clogged up, because, spoiler alert, this episode would be way too short if I just battled the Lako Rage trainers and then took on the two gyms. Like, way too short. Not even 20 minutes long, so I'm doing prep work now in anticipation for what I'm going to do afterwards. So we're going to send out Typhlosion now. Now, both games, they use Flame Wheel and Jynx, which makes sense for the use of one-shot, but Gold uses Flame Wheel on the Swinubs, even though I don't really need to. And yes, I do purposefully use the Pokemon Center in both games so I could actually make the PC adjustments. But let's see what Silver does a little differently. Alright, Gold got Burn Hacks. Gold's lineup lands the Endure, but because he's burned, he'll take burn damage and faint automatically anyways. So, Silver uses Headbutt because, doing some test runs, I realized that if Headbutt's strong enough to one-shot Charmeleon, it's strong enough to one-shot the Swinub, assuming Endure doesn't get used. Endure is basically the same type of move that moves like Protect and Detect are. They're those annoying moves that basically prevent your opponent's attacks from landing. The only difference is that Endure ensures the Pokemon survives with 1 health. The upside is that their accuracy gets cut in half every time these moves are used successfully. So it's not like you can stall out your opponent indefinitely. At least not without some crazy RNG manipulation. And honestly, unless you're doing double battles in like Pokemon Coliseum or something, then doing the Detect, Protect, Endure strats really isn't worth it. It's just annoying. Especially since there's no way to deal with these moves in Generation 2. Other than just repeatedly hit the opponent with the same attack over and over again until the move eventually misses. So unfortunately, the level 20 Dugong could not be one-shot. Had I remembered to equip the muscle belt on my Ampharos in both games, maybe, and then land the dynamic punch, I might be able to one-shot the Dewgong. I don't know, don't quote me on it. Especially if Ampharos is equipped with the muscle belt. But I completely forgot to do both of that. Do that in both games, so whatever. Last trainer uses 2 shoulders and a cloister, and they all have access to the move Protect. Fortunately, it's a 1 in 4, and these snowboarders and skiers have dumb AI. So we're battling. So all we have to do is hope he doesn't use Protect. Alright, we've passed semester and are now officially home free. Had they spam Protect, I would probably need to make a quick stop at the Pokemon Center immediately after this to help restore PP, because we won't have enough PP to take on the trainers in the next route otherwise. The reason why Gold is noticeably ahead of Silver here is because Silver took a detour at the Pokemon Center and made the adjustments to our inventory with the item bags and PC and whatnot. But don't worry, this is a very easy schedule though. Just like the trainer with the little 20 Dewgong, this Dewgong will tank our Thunder Punches. Luckily, for some inexplicable reason, none of the gym trainers that we've encountered so far have healing items. This is probably the only generation of Pokemon where none of the gym trainers attempt to heal or buff their Pokemon in any meaningful way. Like, they don't even have health restorative held items. Anyways, we defeated Pryce. Receive the Glacier Badge. And yep, TM16, which is Icy Wind. So with him defeated, it's now time to head to the exit. But wait, Professor Elm's calling. Radio broadcast, Team Rocket? Oh, we don't have time to deal with that. We have to head down to Blackthorn City to take on our final gym badge and enter the Pokemon League. So Gold's going to take this time to heal at the Pokemon Center because Gold needs to make adjustments to his inventory stash now. Silver's already done it, so he can so he could hurry on along. Alright, switching for Alligator to the top of the party to... Oops, forgot the bike. And we're gonna battle this Psychic here, and spoiler alert, Swampert strong enough to one-shot both his Pokemon with Bite. Non-stab Bite, which is base power, which is base power 130, I guess? Which is no slouch, but it's not as strong as Surf, that's getting buffed by Stab and the Mystic Water. But Bite has more PP and is shorter animation, so there you go. And they're both special attacks anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, this is the last purchase our mama is going to make for the rest of the game. But we're not ready, which is the final doll. But we're not ready to check out her wares in full. Next trainer is this fisherman who obviously you're going to use Ampharos against. And this is basically where Meganium is basically just an HM slave from here on out. There really isn't anything that Meganium... There's really nothing substantial that Meganium can actually contribute in the long term. So, Remoraid can only be found on this route here, Route 44. Even though Mantime's Pokedex entries suggest a symbiotic relationship between the two Pokemon, Remoraid cannot be caught on Route 41, only on Route 44, and only with a Super Rod, or in the case of a Swarm. Anyways, next trainer I'm actually going to have Typhlosion battle. This will actually get Typhlosion all the way up to level 40. Goddamn 40, man. So yeah, Thunder Punches on the water types, and Flame Wheels on the Butterfree and Blossom. Pokemon I probably should have evolved, duplicated, and then evolved Gloom a long time ago, but I haven't gone around to doing that yet. Just chalk it up to me being lazy is all. Cool Trainer Cybele. Now I'm gonna switch to Feraligatr to the front of the party because this trainer actually uses a Charmeleon. Ugh. So our star Pokemon is now leaps and bounds our strongest Pokemon. Me and Feraligatr are starting to see a reduction in usage. That simply wasn't there before. So the reason why I'm battling these trainers now and hanging out on Route 44, I don't have anywhere to put this section in, and this episode is way too short. Not that having a short episode is necessarily a bad thing, but I need to cover as much ground as possible in Gold and Silver, while I'm using bare minimum save states. So I could get through this perfect playthrough as quickly as possible. So after getting both the visible and invisible items on this little island here, I decided to use Sweet Set a couple times to try and nab the Pokemon I need to catch here on this route, starting with Lickitung. But Gold is going to go ahead and battle all the remaining trainers around these parts first, or at least this guy first, and then sail south to the island. Its long tongue slathered with a gooey saliva sticks to anything, so it is very useful. That was a weird reading. The bright side to splitting out the routing like this is it gives each game time to read their Pokedex entries. And now we're going to capture Tangela in Silver version. Alright. It tangles any moving thing with its vines. Their subtle shaking is ticklish if you get ensnared. And I'm like, oh yeah, I need to catch something here. Alright, let's see what it is. Oh, it's a Tangela. No need for sweet scent. That's nice. That's nice. Gain a capture encounter that we need completely free. But we still need a sweet scent for a Lickitung. Alright, Gold's got Tangela now. The vines that cloak its entire body are always jiggling. They effectively unnerve its foes. So, sweet scent here. Silver's moving Ampharos to the front of the party to take care of the remaining trainers on this route. And I decided to swap out the rare candy Ampharos was holding for a muscle belt. On Seeker which we caught Lickitung. Its tongue has well-developed nerves that run to the very tip so it can be deftly manipulated. So even though these two trainers are not going to be a part of the third batch of second team rematches we need to fight, I'm still gonna grab him now anyways because there's a chance of a Remoraid Swarm if he is to call us up and inform and let us know ahead of time. So Ampharos is just gonna keep spamming Thunder Punch to wipe out Fisher Wilton's entire team. And we're using Thunder Punch. Alright, we're taking Wilton's phone number right now, at least in Silver version. Gold will follow up immediately afterwards. And this is going to be our last trainer battle for the day, as well as another phone number, just so we don't have to revisit this place again, just to get it off of him. Yeah, we're just getting Birdkeeper Vance's phone number now. We're getting Fisherman Wilton's phone number now so we could get a Remoraid Swarm when we talk to Mom. And we're getting Birdkeeper Vance's phone number because they're both in the same route, and we have space in our phone book for it. So it doesn't really matter. Despite this, Fisher Wilton and Birdkeeper Vance will not be fought until after we beat the Elite Four, as they are part of the fourth and final batch of phone numbers for us to pick up. So all their second teams become available after we defeat the champion. So I'm just gonna cut through the beginning portions of Ice Path since we aren't getting a ton of step counts. We're actually not gonna use one of our two repels yet. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pick up Birdkeeper Vance's phone number now. And I'm so accustomed to this layout that even though it's been years since I've made it this far in Gold, Silver, or Crystal version, I still remember this layout the back of my mind. Anyways, we picked up HM07 Waterfall. This is how you do mazes. you actually incorporate a puzzle that's relatively easy to spot but difficult to solve. And that's the reason why I chose not to do repels. So long as we're slipping and sliding on the ice, we don't get into any random encounters. And yet, slipping and sliding will still drain our step count for the repels. And why I put off using them until after I got through with the ice puzzles. We're not completely done with the ice puzzles, but we only have 2 repels left in our inventory, including the one that our mom bought us. So it's not like this change is gonna make a massive difference in the long run. Especially since both games, no matter what, are gonna completely drain their repel sources before we even make it to the next ice room. Like what happened to us. Silver used up both the repels and already we're completely done with them. Just gonna use the full heal, and those are all the items on this floor. And you know what? I know when Gold's gonna use the Sweet Sense strats to capture the Pokemon he needs. So Silver's gonna do it now so he could get a head start on capturing these and getting to these encounters. And this is the first encounter for Silver, a Delibird. Now there are 2 Pokemon that Gold needs to catch and 3 Pokemon for Silver. Delibird is actually not Mantine's counterpart. However, Mantine's counterpart is set in the same route that Gold's counterpart to Delibird is in. And that's set at the edge of sharp cliffs. It ends all day carrying food to its awaiting chicks. So, in a way, even though we still don't have Mantine's counterpart, we will have Gold. We do have Gold for the Silver's. We do have Silver's Delibird, which is actually a Pokemon whose Gold counterpart we haven't ran into it yet. It's a mess. Alright, we caught Jynx. It speaks a language similar to that of humans. However, it seems to use dancing to communicate. And having come to a complete stop there, we're using this opportunity to Sweet Scent. It also means that I will have to slow myself down in Silver version so I can read both Pokedex entries, because both games have just overlapped. Gold's already speeding up, so Silver has to take a sweet-ass time capturing a level 25 Swinub. And yes, level 25 is the highest level Swinub we can get in the Ice Path. It rocks its body rhythmically. It appears to alter the rhythm depending on how it is feeling. Okay. If it smells something enticing, it dashes headlong off to find the source of the aroma. And now it's Gold's turn to catch level 25 Swinub. Silver has already caught everything he needs to catch in the Ice Path and on Route 44. Gold's about to do the same thing. Alright. Both games caught Swinub. It rubs its snout on the ground to find and dig up food. It sometimes discovers hot springs. So what I'm saying is that Delibird's gold version counterpart is located on the same route that Mantine's silver version counterpart is located in. Try to make sense of that. So now we are making our way to Blackthorn City at long last. However, we're not gonna battle the gym leader quite yet. The reason being is because we can't rematch her yet. We won't be able to access the Blackthorn City gym until after we sort out whatever's going on at the radio tower. So, after I withdraw all the money that we left with our mom, since she has bought all the items we needed her to buy, I'm going to leave. And I'm actually gonna call her mom and just spam rapid fire B while holding down A to speed the dialogue along. And it also allows us to tell our mom, no, I don't want you saving money anymore. So we will no longer receive phone calls anyways, but now all the money that we win is going directly to us from now on. Our mom ain't gonna be holding on to any of it anymore. Which is fine because we have no longer have any use for this system. So I'm gonna deposit the items that we don't need at this point in time. However, I will keep the items that I will still need. And I will still hold on to the items I plan on selling. Anyways, next we caught clips of Team Rocket. We are definitely going to try to do a thorough investigation to figure out what exactly is up with this town. Because the fact that Team Rocket is here of all places can't be good. So yeah, Silverfish is well ahead of Gold version, so I would not be surprised either way. So anyways, I've completely finished optimizing my inventory. Oops. Gold needs to tell Mom that not to save our money anymore. This time I actually manually selected no to let you guys know that's exactly what I did. Next time we're taking on Team Rocket once and for all. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. By the way, Mike Gordon sign out.